Yo, mommy, can you please send me any pictures you have of Ando or me and Ando? I'm making my next episode and it's going to be about Ando. So, yeah, can you just send me whatever you have of her? Thank you. Bye. My name is Alexander. I'm 28 years old and I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm starting this vlog for a few reasons. As I approach 30, I still feel like I'm just a kid with a dream, that I can play a part in unleashing creativity in this world. And to do that, I've started a company called The House, and I'm excited to invite you in. It's a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, and my grandma, Ando, she's been dying to go shopping. So they were planning a trip, Ando, Monet, Gabriel, to go to the King of Prussia Mall, one of the bigger malls in Pennsylvania. I'm broke as shit at the moment, so it's like I'm not spending no money, but it would be nice to kind of, just to spend time to see everyone, to see Ando. So I decided to make the day trip down there. Like I mentioned, it's 3 hours from my door to subway to train to Philly. And then it's like another hour drive to get to King of Prussia. It was a nice day. And it's not so bad. Usually during this time I'll like take, notes on my phone or just, strategize, make some music, edit some music on my laptop. Commuting time, I always take advantage of. I think that's one of my secrets to success, is take advantage of your commuting time. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alexander. I'm a storyteller from Brooklyn, New York. And on this channel, I share stories from my life, real stories, to exercise my craft, heal my heart, and uplift people like you. So today, I was listening to one of my tarot card readers, and she mentioned at this time, it's really important for me to really think about transmuting any pain, lingering feelings, lingering energies of past people, places, things, events, chapters that I want to close completely in order to receive the new beginnings that I've been praying for. And one story keeps tugging at my heart for me to share about me and my grandmother. We're going in the deep end. So Ando is my mom's mom. Why do we call her Ando and not Nana or Grandma? Well, when I was a baby, she would try to teach me Spanish. She would teach me my name in Spanish, Alejandro. But all I could say was Ando, Ando, Ando. So from then on, she's been known as Ando. Ando was always my favorite. Like, she had such this lively, flair about her, this freedom about her that I always loved, even as a kid. Ando was so fun. And as life went on and I grew up and I came out and started to become more of myself, I noticed that our relationship began to just slowly but surely dissipate. And I couldn't help but think it was having something to do with my life and how I choose to live my life. I was just in a period of my life where I needed to sever all ties and begin my life anew. And it was around that time that I was in this program called Landmark. They call themselves a personal and professional growth training and development company. I called it Life School. It's all about how your life exists in language and you are no thing but your word, and how to live a life that honors your word, a life of integrity where you are whole and complete. All of these wonderful things. Well, one of the distinctions that they teach at Landmark is the story versus what happened. So there's what happened and then the story of what you made it mean. And when I looked at my life and I looked at the relationships in my life, one of the biggest stories that I realized I was operating within was that my family loved me, but they can never really love me because look what they did to my uncle, who was gay and is now married to his best friend, my aunt, wonderful person. And now I realize, they just love each other and things do change. But growing up, the older generations are quite religious. And I had it in my mind that they turned my uncle straight and that they would never truly love me no matter what they said, because they're just going to wait for the day that I change. And why is it a story? Because I didn't know this. I didn't have this conversation with any of them. I didn't have a conversation with them about it. I wasn't brave enough to face what they had to say about me, because at 13 years old, it would break me. But that's not true, because nobody can break you, and you are who you are. These are all things that I know now. But that was the reality that I was living in. There they are. 20 minutes later. Look at a little Ando in the back. With a little baseball cap.
Hi, Reese.
Mm-hmm. That's the how you know you fucked up already.
I'm like, you can't miss that. I love Escar. Thank you.
How you doing, Ando?
Awesome.
Excellent.
Can't miss that.
Oh, there she is.
Look at me extra right now.
Uh-huh.
So much.
She knew. Apparently Monet just got this new brand that she needed to shoot some content for. So she had, Mommy Gabriel. She had the team help her shoot some photos.
This is a good reunion moment here in Philly.
I have a request because we kind of flopped.
What?
We were trying to shoot it.
So Ando just turned 63. Happy birthday, Ando. You look freaking great, okay? Holding it together. Okay, Mommy, with a little blowout. Is that what they call it? I don't know. Ando in her little her little fleece vest takes me out. Love it. So sporty.
No pirates, no.
Man, okay.
You know, I'm not worried. Mira, when I first met them, there's take a picture here. I'm like,
Okay.
hey, honey, you go.
The older I get, the more I see Ando as my spirit animal 1000%. Just don't mind me. Just I'm along for the ride.
People want to pay their money when they owe. You harass them.
Yes.
I'm kind.
Uh-huh.
So you owe my client $20,000. I'm going to collect.
Oh,
How do I pay, Norma?
this way. Good.
Sweetheart that she is, got a job as a debt collector, and she's good at her fucking job.
Oh, look. And this month, $550,000.
Love a good family car ride. Nothing puts me in my infantile state like being in a car with my family. During one of my programs, it was a 7-month program all about how to lead effectively in life. One of the parts of the program is that you would have these weekly calling sessions where you would call up people in your life and listen for what would make a difference for them. What that means is you're like basically listening to people's problems and figuring out how Landmark can be a solution to that. But inside of that, you're doing that twice a week for 7 months. So you're going to have conversations with people that are close to you about lots of different things. And, one of the things that they recommended was like, give yourself an assignment, like sharing about what you're discovering about yourself through the program, right? And one of the things that came up for me to do during this time that I had was to come out again, because the first time around lacked integrity. So during this 7-month course, I would have conversations. And during my conversations with, family members, I would create an opportunity to come out to them again. When I was calling Ando, I decided to, leave the center, kind of find a private hallway, and I just sat against a wall and gave her a ring. And my heart was beating because I made quite a few of these calls that went so well to my aunts, to my great grandfather. He was one of my calls, and he was like, "Listen, Rifi, I had gay friends, I had straight friends, I had Christian friends, I had atheist friends. It doesn't matter." And all my life, I heard my family say it doesn't matter. But the way that I heard it was like, I don't matter. But that's not what was said. What was said was, it doesn't matter that you're gay. It doesn't matter that you're different. We love you. And I'm so grateful that I had the courage and the support to have these conversations, to face that fear, to face what was on the other side of that conversation. And basically it went something like, Ando, I realized that when I was younger and I came out, I kind of just did it and threw it out there and, had people deal with it. And I'm realizing now that I'm finally ready to have a conversation. I'm a gay man, and I want to just create the opportunity for you to say what you need to say to me about that. Ando, she says to me, "Alejandro, I love you, and I will never be able to accept your lifestyle." And my heart fucking dropped. Kind of like my brain shut down, but somehow I carried on the conversation, and I knew this was important to really face finally. And I didn't question her stance and her position and her choice, but I did express my sadness. I said something along the lines of it that I hear you, and that's quite unfortunate. Because when I have children, when I get married and move forward with my life, you may not be there because of this choice. And that was incredibly tough to be present in that conversation. But I did it, and I stuck it out, and we ended it as good as we could on that note. So I hang up the phone right at the end of my agreement time. I go back into the call center, and we have a debrief where we stand in a circle and we talk about, how our calls went, etc. What we learned, what we got. The leader asked the group, was there anything anybody wanted to share? And you know how you do when you kind of like make yourself invisible, and obviously nobody else had anything to say, and he could tell that I was holding something in. So he was like, "Alex, do you have anything to say?" And I told them what happened. I told them that I called my grandmother, and I came out again, and what she told me was that she loved me and that she would never be able to accept my lifestyle. And I started like bawling. And everybody else was like so shook, so like, oh my God, what is happening? But so like supportive, so loving, so open to allowing me to have that experience. And I'll never forget this. The leader, he looked at me and he said, "Alexander, I acknowledge you for being the clearing for her to express what she needed to express to be complete." That was really profound to me in that moment, because it meant like her choice had nothing to do with me. All I was doing was creating a space for her to say what she needed to say to move on from it. I don't have to change because of that information. I don't have to hide who I am, dampen who I am. pretend to be something else. I can just be a clearing for her to communicate what she needs to say about it. I have that strength now. And I can be with it, and I can accept it. He said, I acknowledge you for being the clearing for what she needed to say to be complete about it. And what she said was, I love you, and I will never be able to accept your lifestyle. And of course, I blanket all of it up to, she's not fucking with me. She will never accept me. But what she said was, I love you, and I will never be able to accept your lifestyle. I can live with that. I can live with that. Because at some point, you're gonna spend enough time with me and my family and the love that we will be. And you will either participate or not. You will experience my lifestyle. Not your ideas about it, not what you believe, but what it is. And I realize I have the power. You have the power to be who you are. And what anybody has to say about you and your authentic self, that's what they need to say to be complete with it. So let them say that, and you keep living your life. And keep building and keep holding a space of love. Unconditional love for them. Because at somewhere along the line, that same condemnation that they may have for you, your lifestyle, is the last frontier they need to conquer in order to truly love themselves unconditionally. Like there's no condition in the world that can shake my love for myself. Now, when I go down to see my mom, my sister, Gabriel, I make it a point to see my grandmother. And the conversations we have now, our relationship has gotten so much more real. And not that we talk to each other all the time, or that, we spend every day, every hour of every day together. But it's something powerful when people can be honest with where they stand. Because then it's like, okay, I got it. I'm not going to talk to you about, my relationships or this or that. But that doesn't mean I can't. That doesn't mean I don't care about you and how you're doing, how work is, how your love life is. And I think the more time we spend with one another on this side, after all the cards have been laid out on the table, the more I feel so happy that there's no secret, Yeah, what I feared most happened, and it didn't. She didn't shun me. She didn't say I never want to see you again. She didn't say she hated me. She wants to spend time with me. She cares for me. That's my grandmother. That's Ando. And I hope that just the more time that I spend with her, the more time I spend loving her, that she will feel what unconditional love feels like through somebody she said she'd never be able to accept. The irony of it all, right?
Oh.
As I get older,
Oh, thank you.
my favorite moments with my grandmother are smoke breaks. Like my mom and I, it's our car ride home from the train. My grandmother, it's our smoke breaks. She doesn't smoke like that like she used to, but I don't know. When she joins me, I feel like I'm hanging out with like the older her, the younger her.
There you go. The last time I was here was back in 1905.
Ando loves the mall. And like I told you, y'all, I came from humble beginnings, so like we wasn't shopping and shit all the time.
I smelled it. I smelled it.
Cinnabons, y'all.
Now we know where it is.
Cinnabons ride or die. If I ever go home, the Deptford Mall in Jersey, those Cinnabons always pop. Whenever I go to a mall, Cinnabon, that's the first move, okay? First and probably last. On the way in, on the way out. This one was pretty cool. I don't know, it's still like COVID times, so I still get pretty anxious. I'm finally vaccinated, both doses, but still a bit of anxiety in public places like this. So I'm just watching, you know, playing fly on the wall, just enjoying the time, you know? I have my mask on, y'all. Everybody else, I don't think I was vaccinated at the time. So it was giving me anxiety looking at them. Look like a little high school couple. Oh, maybe not high school, sorry. So yeah, we start hopping around stores, seeing what's up. I'm being a creeper, you know, with my camera. Time to eat. Food court. Where's the food court? Chick-fil-A. I'm a bad gay, but I love Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry. Literally had it twice this week.
Are you ordering? Are you?
Well, they be catching these moods where it's just like a no fly zone. Oh, cause she wanted Monet wanted the melt shop. But the melt shop was like on a whole nother planet than the rest of the food court. So we sat and we ate and she was tight. Sorry, boo.
So here's the food court.
Let's go. Oh.
That's why? That's why it's doing that?
No, it's not. It's the camera.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. Oh my god, we were in the elevator. There was 4 of us. And this guy like squeezed the fuck in. Like, sir, it clearly said only 3 in the elevator. There's already 4 of us. He gets in, the shit starts beeping. And he's like, oh, it's the cameras. Love these kiosks in the mall these days. Very smart. Love a QR. I was way late to the QR game. Finally made it. Look at technology. You just scan that bitch. Boop. It's on your phone. So we're still perusing around, perusing. I do like these little archway things. And everyone's shopping, getting what they want, you know, having a good time. And Monet finally gets her melt shot.
Like when their hands are like locked, like they're like.
Actually, let me see which one I want.
Literally, it's a sandwich. Okay. I thought it was like a burger, you know? No, it's a sandwich. Square.
Yeah.
Yours.
Right. Okay, well we're gonna find out.
So after all is, everyone's done, Ando looks at me and is like, are you not going to get anything? She's like, I'm not, Ando, I don't have anything right now. She's like, listen, it's on me. I'm like, what? She's like, it's on me. So we head over to Zara. The family helps me pick out a few things. And I'm like, 2 shirts, I come over. She's like, that's it? I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to behave right now. Like,
That's good.
I can... Are you sure? Like, this shit adds up. She's like, no, like, you need a jacket, you need some shoes, you need like a shirt, you need this.
I mean,
And I don't know what came over me, but I was just in such this overwhelming energy of like gratitude and appreciation and like love in an unexpected way. In that moment, I got the I love you. I heard I love you and I'll never be able to accept your lifestyle, but like in this moment, like the I love you finally clicked. And it has nothing to do with the clothes. It has everything to do with the fact that like, I've been through a tough fucking year. And I haven't been shopping in like 5 years. My closet is dwindling down, especially after COVID. I have, my grandmother and one weekend just like basically gave me like a whole new life. I have these clothes, literally these clothes, because of her. And she, she just wanted to share. She worked hard, she got some, extra dough, and she wanted to spend some on me. I've never been in that position before. To say whatever you want, you can have whatever you like. I felt like a kid in a candy store. And I was so just grateful and taken aback by that whole experience.
I just left my camera at Dick's Sporting Goods, and yeah, that could have been the end of this video really quickly, but we found it, so we're all good.
they're always bugging me about that.
Because literally what my grandmother gave me is a whole new confidence. I don't know, man. It seems insignificant, Okay, good for you, bro. Your grandmother bought you some clothes. Great. But I think you never know what blessings life will bring you and from who they'll come from, right? Like when you have the courage to live life and to face it and to hold the space of love, it returns to you in interesting ways. I love Ando. I love my grandmother. I love you, Ando. Not just because you bought me clothes, but because even though whatever beliefs you may hold, you still pour into me. And I can't wait to share so many more stories and memories and experiences with you for all the time that we have left. I love you. And for those of you who may be struggling to have a difficult conversation, sharing something about yourself that you fear may be rejected, I give you 2 things. 1, listen closely to what it is that they say. And 2, know that whatever it is that they say has nothing to do with who you are. It's what they need to say to move forward. And you have the courage, you have the strength to make that possible. And if people keep talking crazy, cut it and move on, okay? Because you can do that too. In some cases, God blesses you with new beginnings. And I'm grateful that I have a new beginning with my grandmother. Love you. Thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed your time with me again, please do hit that like and subscribe button. Until next time, peace.
Well, like, what I'm gonna do is whenever I'm